Good evening to all our viewers from all platforms, All Women's Sports Network, CBC Sports. We're here live in Leduc, Alberta, Canada, just south of Edmonton, for the 5th game in the National Ringette League Feature Hub weekend between the Edmonton WAM and the BC Thunder. I'm Amelia Towns, and with me I have Bronwyn Harvey.
Yes, I got flack from my mother from the earlier games today for not saying who we were. So we're happy to be here. This, as Amelia said, this is game 5 of this hub. So this is game 2 for both of these teams today. It's pretty typical for what Ringette teams will do, even in the National Ringette League. They play in these hub weekends where, since travel is really hard with a lot of separation, it's much easier for them to do these hubs where they play a bunch of games in a weekend, and when everybody else is doing the same thing, it's a lot easier and it's fair for everybody.
We have a really good matchup for you today. Edmonton WAM in blue tonight is currently undefeated on the season, going 7-0 with a big win this morning. They're playing BC today, and BC also had a big win this morning. They're coming into the game at 6-1 record, only losing to the Edmonton WAM in their earlier hub in October.
In a shootout, I think.
In a shootout. So
Maybe
we
not.
have really good lineup. Teams 1 and 2 in the West standings playing off together in this hub game.
Yeah, so it should be an exciting game. Both of these teams have a lot of experience in the NRL. And some new players on this Thunder team compared to last year. There's some players that have come. There's quite a few actually Alberta players on this BC Thunder team. So they've known each other, and there's a lot of experience on the BC team. And Edmonton WAM obviously has a lot of experience there, including number 18, Melissa Masutka, one of their captains, who is recently representing Canada at the World Ringette Championships in Finland. So we'll be watching her. She plays defense. She is known for a pretty stand-up style and quick breakouts. So it'll be fun to watch her and see what she does today in this situations.
And starting in goal for BC, seeing her warming up there, Sarah McDonald. She just came off of her start with Team Canada, played in an exhibition game and had the closest game, an unfortunate loss to Finland. She lost 5-4, but it was a really good, hard-fought game with her Team Canada inaugural appearance.
And she stood on her head in the game that I watched. She was just phenomenal. So definitely a player to watch, a game changer in that for BC with Sarah McDonald, number 29. Got about a minute left in the warm-ups here. They're all just getting the feel for their ring in the second game of the day. In net for Edmonton WAM, we're going to see Ange Greywall. Kaylee Woodliff played the earlier game, so we've got Ange Greywall in this game, and likewise in the first game for BC we had Kiana Heska, and so we're getting McDonald right now for this game. Our on-ice officials today are Danielle and Tamara. It's a tough job that they have. They don't get a line change. They have to be out there the whole time, and they're supposed to see everything. So it's an impossible task, but they work hard to make the game fair and have everybody come out safely.
And at the NRL level, these are the strongest officials we have in Canada. We know they're gonna call a tight game. These teams are both really hyped up for this game. Speaking with a couple players, both teams are ready for this game. They want to show who's on top of the standings, and this game's going to determine it.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see what comes from it. You can see some of them dancing to the music. I find that a lot of women's sports teams and some of the younger female athletes I've coached as well, when they go into the game relaxed and loose, they tend to play a lot better. So it's always good to have that. You're excited, but you're also you're loose and you're having fun.
And we should give credit to the DJ here. DJ is volunteer. Everybody you see here running this tournament, all of our volunteers that make these games and these hub weekends possible. We could not do it without the hundreds of volunteer hours that it takes to put on hub weekends and ringette tournaments in general. So thank you all volunteers.
Yeah, and this hub is part of a bigger tournament that the Edmonton Ringette Club has hosted. This is its 40th year for the Edmonton Wood Tournament. So this is hosted by the Edmonton Ringette Club and has been for 40 years. So it's exciting to have this, and it's become an annual hub for the National Ringette League. So we have our Amelia's going to read off our starting lineup.
So for WAM in blue starting lineup, we have Jillian Drager, Kate Arlinghouse, and Vail Ketzel at forward. And we have Olivia Wang and Melissa Mastuka on defense.
Okay. BC, their starting lineup, we've got Grace Kemp and Marissa Dick on defense. We've got Haley Takasaki, Kira Hodge, and Siggy Crow. Just as I was announcing her in the starting lineup, she sneaks one past Greywall. Good individual effort coming down the side and making a good fake. Let's get another look at that since we were busy introducing the lineup. And a nice move. She just catches Greywall coming off the post and sneaks it in on the short side. So BC Thunder has an early lead. We're 25 seconds into the first quarter, and Thunder has a lead. And the pass from Henderson in the neutral zone didn't make it through, and now Molly Chorney has the ring in her own. Into the neutral zone for Bouchard. Bouchard circles back, looks for options. Tries to finds Williams along the boards. It just got over that ringette line. Williams falls and Henderson has it. Tried to get rid of it, but couldn't get it away fast enough. So an early example of what we call an immovable ring, or move it or lose it, where the player who goes into a scrum with a ring, if they don't make the ring move somewhere and to get it out elsewhere, then their team loses the ring. So that's why BC is getting a free pass in the offensive zone.
And that rule has really picked up the speed of the game. There's no long battles against the boards. If you don't get that out in a couple seconds, it's gone and it's the other team's ring.
Yeah. So we have Hannison behind the net, out to Simser on the sideboards. Simser's going to look for a long shot, misses wide, but it's picked up by Parody. There's 10 seconds left on the shot clock for BC. Parody gets a shot off, but it's right into that WAM logo for Greywall, who gets it out of the crease. And here we have Erica Lee getting the ring to Tori Shannon in the neutral zone. Protecting the ring, she's being pressured by Parody there. Gets the ring into Krochak. 10 seconds left on the shot clock, which is means well done by the BC defensively. Lauren Henderson has the ring now with about 5 seconds on the shot clock. And don't know how, but Krochak managed to get a shot on net for the reset, but it's McDonald now to Ewan, who's going to leave it for Rogers Horn, one of many Alberta players out here. Wong is checked by Takasaki and makes a support pass back to Masutka. Masutka gets it to Ryan York in the neutral zone. Ryan York looking for Tajbarsh in the offensive zone. It's picked off by Rogers Horn. And I believe Tajbarsh fell on it, so it's a BC goalie ring. One of the things you'll notice some of the goalies here will do is they'll actually come out of the crease to pick up the ring, and that the referees can't start the play until the goalie is in the crease with the ring, so it buys them an extra second to make sure they have a good handle on it. So you have Takasaki along the boards here, makes a support pass across. Rogers Horn has it in the neutral zone. Rogers Horn gets her feet moving and makes a nice pass up to Izzy Beach. Izzy Beach comes in. Good defense, good triangle by WAM. And we have a formation here and a good save. Sharp angle shot from Beach is saved by Greywall. Up to Masutka on the boards. Masutka number 18, one of WAM's captains. Again, our player to watch. Well, a bit of a giveaway there. Hodge has the ring. Going to take a bit of time to set up. Bouchard's coming in with a lot of speed. Let's see. Bouchard and Chorney have played together for a long time in Alberta, so there's a lot of chemistry there that you'll see. A good quick shot from Williams down to Chorney, but she can't quite find the handle. We've got 10 seconds left. Williams with a nice back pass to Chorney.
Nice block shot there by Masutka.
Masutka got in the way there. And the shot clock's about to go off, but they get a reset and a good rebound save by Greywall. I think we're getting a penalty right now to Edmonton.
Yeah, that's going to be Jill Drager off for a body contact penalty. Good pressure by BC here. Lots of good passing around the net, good execution. WAM is doing a great job of pushing them out outside the triangle. But BC is really keeping that pressure on with those nice crisp passes in the offensive zone. Yeah,
and you can see how versatile those back passes can be when you can pass on either side of your body with a lot of accuracy and strength. So Parody over to Simser. Parody picks up the ring on the sideboards, cuts across, tries to get a quick shot across her body, but Greywall handled that. Henderson couldn't handle in the corner. It's Simser back out with the ring. Simser cuts in front of the net. Greywall with another save. Shannon picks up the rebound and comes out of the neutral zone, and she's drawn a penalty. I think Simser's stick got caught in her feet there, so she's trying to move it. Simser had the ring on her stick, but so the play is called down for the penalty. So we're going to have some 4-on-4 play here for a minute and a half. We are 3 minutes into the first quarter, and it is 1-0 for BC.
We're playing 4 quarters today, so there's going to be 4 12-minute quarters here.
13. Yeah. If you can't get enough of Ringette, we'll be back on January 10th and 11th in Burlington, Ontario, and January 17th and 18th in Winnipeg. And into the offensive zone, that was Arlinghouse. And there's a crease violation, I believe, on BC, so it's going to be a WAM ring again. So again, we have BC Thunder wearing white and Edmonton WAM wearing the royal blue. So Ryan York is going to take that offensive zone free pass, finds a pass across and a really good save there by McDonald. I think that was Ketza on the corner.
Nice battle by the defense there to keep that ring in their possession.
Up to Crow, and Crow's going to find Gustafson, the defender, breaking up the ice. Those fast breaks in Ringette are always the toughest, and once a defense can get a head of steam going, it's often hard to slow them down. Sydney Crow there coming behind the net, and there's 5 seconds on the shot clock. Takasaki takes a look and does get a shot on net. There was a crease violation for Edmonton, so BC is going to be getting an offensive zone free pass.
In Ringette, both teams, nobody other than the goalies can go into the crease. So you'll see even a little stick touch into the crease is going to be called for the other team to get the possession of the ring.
And if you're familiar at all with lacrosse, the crease in lacrosse works differently than the crease in Ringette. In Ringette, you have to imagine it's like a laser going all the way up. So it's a plane that you can't break. You can't just keep your toes out and go through like you can in lacrosse. BC with possession in the offensive zone. It's Chorney cycling. She's going to leave it for Bouchard. Bouchard is going to come around. Grace Kemp is also in the offensive zone. Bouchard's looking to get loose that big shot she has. Doesn't quite get it through. Chorney's cycling with the ring, has to get a shot on net for a reset and misses high. So that's a shot clock violation against BC. Greywall with a quick stick pass out to Wong. Wong is one of 2 rookies on this WAM team, along with number 11, Arlinghouse. They both come from St. Albert's 19 AA team last year. Bouchard with the ring coming out of the zone, finds Kemp in the neutral zone, and back to Bouchard. And it gets knocked into Greywall, so they make the play. But it looks like Edmonton had 4 in. Edmonton's penalty is up, so there's still 23 seconds left on the penalty to BC.
And that 4-in call, sometimes there's a delay of game penalty if the 4th player gets involved in the play. But in that case, they just stopped a little wide of the extended zone line, so BC gets the ring.
Yeah, so it can sometimes lead to a penalty, as we discussed in one of our earlier games. There's a lot of violations in Ringette for going places you're not allowed to be. So here we have Hannison coming across the top, finding Parody in the low post. Just rode up on her stick a little bit, so the play went high. Shannon forcing the play on the boards. Hannison and Shannon in a battle there, and Shannon wins the ring for Edmonton. And Greywall's just going to leave that. You see Greywall plays with that catcher glove on her glove hand rather than that Keeley or the more flexible stick. So there's going to be a penalty here to WAM. So BC is going to wait and get their 4 in. Parody is going to circle and kill a bit of time. So they can have 4 in that zone, so it's a 4-on-3. So this is part of the, and what a nice pass over to Hodge.
That BC execution in the offensive zone, those passes are so crisp today. They're executing them, and that shot was
That was a
tight.
Great finish by Kira Hodge. A great pass and a great finish. So we're going to get another look at that here. Yeah, and so we have Takasaki did a good job drawing all the defenders into her as they tried to pressure her because she's a dangerous player with the ring, but she was able to get it away, and Hodge with the beautiful finish. So it's now BC is up 2-0. We've We've got just under 7 minutes left in the first quarter, so there's still lots of time. Tajbarsh with the ring for WAM in the corner. Taking a look, finds Fevin low, and a quick goal. Snuck one in on the short side on McDonald. So good quick low pass and a good finish by Sydney Fevin.
And we'll see it again here. Nice little delay fake by Fevin. She just held on to that ring, made one simple little move, got McDonald moving, and then put it in on the short side there.
A great example of a forward with a lot of good instincts in front of the net, able to just make sure that goalie move just a little bit. Oh, and Rogers Horn with the pass in that almost got picked off by WAM. Now coming around the net, we have Sydney Crow. Down low, finds Izzy Beach. Got enough of the net to get a reset, and now we've got Takasaki over there cutting through, trying to draw those players again. Doing a really great job of drawing players and then getting rid of the ring before it's too late. So we have Ryan York to Lee, and Lee was not able to find a pass over that second blue line. Sydney Crow with the ring in the neutral zone, being watched by Tajbarsh. Fevin trying to get in there to get the ring, and I think BC is going to get an interference penalty for that. So I think Rogers Horn was just trying to get to the ring, but because she impeded the player's progress towards the ring, it acts as sort of an unintentional moving pick. So Rogers Horn has a 2-minute penalty. So it'll be a 5-on-4 for Edmonton WAM. Now 5-on-4 in Ringette doesn't have a huge advantage in either end, but it does in the neutral zone. So it's still a 3-on-3 inside your offensive and defensive zone, not counting your goaltender. But once the ring comes out, then there is a difference in the neutral zone where, as you can see, BC only has one forward on the line. So Ketsa is going to take the ring, take her time a little bit coming around. Uh-oh, BC is going to be getting another penalty, and now you're going to see what a power play can look like. I believe Danny Bouchard is getting a tripping penalty. So this is going to be 1 minute and 41 seconds of a 3-on-2 for WAM. So this is a really great opportunity for Ringette fans, coaches, players, everyone to get a feel for what a 3-on-2 looks like both offensively and defensively. So defensively out there we have Hannison and Gillespie, and then on offense we've got Drager with Arlinghaus and Ketsa. So you can see BC is being pretty aggressive on this. Drager at the top there.
Lots of movement by BC.
Oh, and a great quick pass down low to Arlinghaus. And I think McDonald just got a little stick on that.
Oh, nice little stick by Hannison to take that ring away.
Yeah.
Disrupt the play there.
Yeah, good battle by Arlinghaus to get the ring back. Over to Ketsa, couldn't quite handle it. Arlinghaus at the top, over to Ketsa, couldn't pull the trigger, now she does, and McDonald has it. They play it back into McDonald, which is a great play if you can do it. Kills a little bit of time. But WAM comes up with it. It's Wong over to Drager. Wong will then leave the zone, and a great pass down to Arlinghaus, who just couldn't quite get it. We still have 47 seconds on this 3-on-2. Oh boy.
Nice little poke from McDonald to disrupt that play.
Yeah, and Gillespie's able to clear the ring, so I think BC's getting a line change in here. You don't often see these teams in the NRL putting the ring all the way down the ice, but when you need a line change and you've got a 3-on-2, it's a tough one to kill, and you want to make sure you can get off the ice. WAM also made some changes, so we've got Shannon in there right now with Ketsa and Drager. There's 18 seconds left on this 3-on-2, and Drager whips it in. From that low post, Drager just outweighted McDonald, and their teammates on the Canadian national team, but here, one's trying to score on the other, so Drager gets the better of her in this instance.
I think, again, a really nice patient shot, seeing that short side and getting it just snuck in there.
Yeah, and probably part of it is not expecting. Drager usually likes to have that big shot from up top, so there might have been a little bit of, as you have to, if you're going to play against these good shooters, sometimes you have to try and anticipate, and you're not always going to get it right. So that ties the game at 2. And a good stop in front of the net by Ferry. Is able to get the ring is able to get the ring back to her goaltender, but then ended up in the crease, so it's a crease violation.
And that goal by WAM released one of the BC players from the box, so we still have 19 seconds of power play for WAM, but BC does have possession in the offensive zone, and with that only 3 people allowed for each team in the zone, we'll see if they can capitalize on not worrying about being short right now.
Yeah, I'm guessing they're going to try and kill off most of this penalty. So they're going to take their time. They're very controlled. These 2 teams are both have a lot of experience, so they're pretty disciplined in how they approach. So Greywall has that pass out to Lee. Lee's able to wrangle it and get it out to Lauren Henderson in the neutral zone. A nice support pass to Annie DeBaji, who fires it up the ice. And that looks like it was Krochak who's trying to get that ring away. Couldn't quite handle it, but is in pursuit. Looks like they're almost doing a bit of a 2-person umbrella there of a zone defense. So a support pass back into the zone from Dick to Bouchard. Bouchard's going to try and come on the outside. There's only 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Oh, and it's picked off by Erica Lee in the neutral zone, but WAM is getting a penalty. There's going to be a tripping penalty.
The defender there really kept their feet moving, kept skating through, and those strong sticks by WAM got tangled up in her feet, and that's what led to the penalty there.
So Lauren Henderson is in the box for a tripping penalty for 2 minutes or less. And Kira Hodge is going to take the ring for BC. Over to Williams. He's going to take some time. Look for an opening. These players are skating wide using that whole width of the ice because it allows them to get more speed coming back in when they attack. If they just skate outside the triangle touching or right against it, it's a lot harder for them.
Nice little move by Williams.
Great move by Williams down low. Was able to get a reset, but that move it or lose it, that immovable ring results in this. So here you can see again Greywall doing what we call the tuck and chuck, where she tucks her stick under her arm and throws with her blocker hand.
I've been a goalie for 25 years, and I have not
You've never heard that?
The tuck and chuck.
It's because maybe we say it on the bench while you're on the ice.
I also don't use the tuck and chuck.
No, and so Amelia's a goalie, and she has a glove, but she throws with it. And some goalies will, but some prefer to do that. BC with a good play across the top, but can't quite connect with Parity, and now we have Masutka coming out of the zone. A good job getting around the checkers, and Wong is now up into the neutral zone to Tajbash. And Ryan York in pursuit, trying to win it against Danica Ewan. Ewan comes away with it and makes a nice support pass over to Hannison, who gets it up, but it's a 2-line pass. So in Ringette, when the ring goes over both blue lines, nobody on your team can play that ring until someone on the other team plays it. So Masutka goes back and gathers that ring, passes it up. It's just behind Drager, so she can't quite get it. Drager does slow down Ewan, so Ewan had a hard time getting a pass away, and now Masutka's able to step in. And up to Fevin in the neutral zone. Fevin's going to put a nice lead pass in. And it looks like BC is going to be getting a penalty here. It looks like it's going to be Kemp for boarding. Just got a little bit too much into the boards with Jill Drager down there. Looks like everyone's okay. We've got just under a minute left in the first quarter. It is 2-2 for WAM and BC.
We're going to have a little 4-on-4 for about 13 seconds before that WAM player gets out of the box and has that man advantage for the rest of the period.
Yeah, so Fevin with the pass over to Drager. Again, it looks like these players are maybe not trying to get to the net, but they're trying to find where the holes are and see if they can make the defense move. So it is on purpose. It is not just that they're not trying, they're setting it up. So that was a good save. Fevin tried to find that short side again on McDonald, and it just wasn't happening. So BC is breaking out now. Takasaki to Gillespie along the boards. This is where these defense can be dangerous in these give and goes up the ice. So there's Gillespie comes all the way down and gets the ring. There's about 7 seconds left in the shot clock right now, so they're going to be looking to get that shot on net from Beach, who does. Greywall handles it and gets a quick pass. Oh, made a fake. And got the pass out to Drager just outside the line. So Drager couldn't go in because Edmonton already had 3 players inside the zone.
5 seconds left in this quarter, so we're probably going to see just Greywall holding it. Oh, no, she's going to pass it off.
She might not have realized. Seems like none of them realized. There's a lot of effort for 5 seconds left in a quarter.
And at the end of the first quarter, we have a tie 2-2. Both teams really battling out. Good execution by both teams. Not a lot of missed passes there.
We're going to get to see all 4 of those goals again. As the teams have a little recap and a little pep talk at, I don't know what to call it, quarter time. It's not halftime, it's
so
half of a half.
That quick goal right off the bat.
Yeah, that
nice
good
move and
by
get that short side.
Yeah, she's able to make Greywall think she's coming across and then just zips it back. And of course, that quick one-timer from Kira Hodge, that was a beautiful finish on a great pass from Takasaki.
That gave us our 2-0 score,
yep.
And then WAM starts coming back in that quarter.
And here Fevin just outweights, makes a quick move and catches McDonald off the post. And then we have Drager on the 3-on-2 here. Again, just picking a spot. So one of the things you'll see about these two teams with all of the experience here is there's a lot of patience and there's a lot of picking those corners, whether it's with a pass. You won't see a lot of bad passes in this game, and we haven't. There you have a look at Greywall heading back into the net. So we're about to start the second quarter. BC has a penalty for another minute and 4 seconds.
Edmonton WAM will start with the ring here.
Okay, so it's Wong up to Masuka. Masuka's going to find Wong over the blue line. Wong's going to come it in and give it off to a forward, get out of the zone probably. A lot of defense aren't as comfortable in the offensive zone as they could be. But they jump up there, and that's what's important. Marissa Dick has the ring, is going to cycle back, being chased by Tajbosh and Fevin. Marissa Dick gets around them, gets it to Chorney in the neutral zone. Chorney's going to make a support pass back to Dick. Dick is going to look deep into the zone for Bouchard. Really spreading out that WAM defense right now. Bouchard gets a shot that does go off of Greywall, so got the reset. Chorney took another quick shot that Greywall handled into the corner, and now Chorney has the ring. I think BC is going to look to get a controlled line change in the offensive zone. Young athletes, young players, coaches of young teams, it is extremely important to practice getting those offensive zone line changes in. When your team has control of the ring, it's the best time to make a line change. So Masutka coming out with the ring, gets it to Wong over the blue line. Wong, Shannon does a good stop and start to change directions to get open for that and keeps the ring in the offensive zone. She's going to cycle around. Going to look for that big shot. I think she actually hit Krochak in front of the net. Gustafson had the ring and left it behind there for Hannison, who got it up to Gillespie on the boards. Gillespie looking for a pass, but it's picked off by Ferry, who finds Henderson on the wide side.
2-on-1 developing here.
A nice little screen set up by Krochak in front, and Henderson went for the shot and just missed. And McDonald on a little adventure out of the net. And players coming in, she went for the poke check and took out a couple of WAM players. And you see Shannon and McDonald having a little hug there. They're both together on the senior national team. So more teammates who are not teammates today.
And just for everybody's safety, play was blown down there. BC had possession, so they're going to start with their ring again.
And the reason this isn't a goalie ring is just the timing. The idea of a goalie ring is to be a quick transition. And when they have to stop the play and get things set up, it's not quite as quick, so they have these defensive zone free passes. You'll find that sometimes you'll see a lot of those, and then sometimes you won't. Parody is going to get a tripping penalty here. Just got a little too in tight with the check down there. A fun ringette fact that maybe you did or didn't know, Amelia, because I'm full of these. There didn't used to be any goalie rings in ringette. It used to be if the ring was in the crease, it was always a defensive zone free pass.
Oh, that is a fun ringette fact.
Yeah. So goalies have been more and more important in starting the play, and goalies are really a part of the offense in ringette. So it's important that they know what they're doing. Arlinghaus fakes that shot, passes it to Ketza. Ketza's going to go for a skate. Arlinghaus looks like she's setting up for a pick. Didn't quite work out. Ketza to Drager. Arlinghaus trying to get to the net. Drager looking for an opportunity to use that long reach. And there you saw Ketsa using her long reach to get the ring in there. And a good defensive play by Ewan to come out with the ring. Oh, tried to make a support pass across, but Ketsa got in the way, and now she gets it over to Rogers Horn, but Drager picks it off.
Good strong stick there defensively to keep that.
And a good scramble play there by McDonald to get a stick on that. Oh, and a good one-timer, a nice pass. I think that was Debaji over there to Ketsa. Not going to miss too many of those. Rogers Horn has the ring, settling it down a little bit, trying to find someone over that blue line. Going to skate back a little bit to make sure that there's somebody out there. Makes a good pass neutral into Beach. Fortunately, couldn't quite handle it, and it's picked off by Lee. Back over, picked off by Ewan, who's going to try and get it up to Bouchard, but Annie Debaji is going to get it for WAM. Nice support pass over to Lee, back to Debaji. Debaji is going to find Ryan York in the corner. Ryan York's going to have a look, try and feed it incoming. Oh, but finds Marissa Dick coming off the bench, who almost got a stick on that. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Tajbarsh is coming around, finding Ryan York, who's going to have to get a shot on net. Tries to. I don't know if she hit the referee or if she hit the defender, but
I think that was a good defensive stick, stopping that shot from going through.
Yeah, so we have McDonald there with the ring. You can see what I'm talking about there. McDonald has, it's called a Keeley, and it's created by Keeley Brown, but it's what ringette goalies can wear, designed for ringette goalies. It's got the protection, but a little more coverage than what the old gloves used to have, and a lot more mobility and flexibility for handling the ring. So up over the blue line, we've got Grace Kemp with the ring. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Gets the reset. But WAM is coming away with the ring. That's Masutka, who came out of there winning that battle. Going to get it up to Shannon in the neutral zone. Shannon's trying to direct traffic from the neutral zone, trying to get a player open. Finds Wong, but goes off her stick, but Shannon following the play, as every good ringette player should. Picks up the ring. Just missed the net on that, so they're going to need a reset here. Henderson has the ring and needs to get a reset, and isn't quite able to manage it, so it's going to be a goalie ring for McDonald. McDonald leaves it there for Marissa Dick, who's going to skate up and cut through the neutral zone. Get the pass up to Hodge. Hodge gets there before Ferry. Henderson got a stick in it.
Really nice battle. Really good attempt by Hodge to move that ring, keep her stick moving, but WAM kind of sandwiched there and was able to pin her in or use that move it or lose it rule.
Yeah, and a good example of getting the ring back. All right, and we have Kate Henderson. So there's two Hendersons on Edmonton WAM. They are twins. So this is Kate Henderson, number 14, plays defense, and Lauren Henderson is number 10, and she's a forward, and that was who the pass was to, but didn't quite get there. So we have Gillespie coming out with the ring and a nice pass through the neutral zone to Kira Hodge. To Simser in the offensive zone. Ferry battling for that, but Hodge is able to come away with it, and Ferry just got a stick in there, so Ferry's going to be getting probably a hooking penalty. So BC is going to set up with 4 in the zone. So as soon as the referee's hand goes up for a penalty, the team that's not getting penalized can put a 4th skater in the zone.
Nice
There's
little battle there to
everywhere.
Keep it going. Drager tried to use her feet to control it, but BC was able to get the ring back.
So Ferry is getting a hooking penalty here. So WAM will be shorthanded. As we get a look at Greywall focusing in.
And play it, love it, live it at the Canadian Ringette Championships. This year, the Canadian Ringette Championships happening in Ottawa, Ontario from March 29th to April 4th, 2026.
All these teams do get to advance to nationals, the National Ringette Championships. But the gameplay in league here determines the seeds, and the top there's an Eastern Conference and a Western Conference, each with 7 teams, And the top teams from each conference will go to the championship pool, who's again playing for sort of buys into the semis and finals. And then the second group are competing to advance into that group. So they play that whole week at Nationals, hoping to get into that championship group. So what happened here is we had a crease violation against BC coming out of the zone, so it's going to be a WAM free pass. There's 6.5 minutes left in the second quarter, so we're almost at half. And it is a 2-2 tie still between Edmonton WAM in royal blue and BC Thunder in white. Edmonton currently has a player in the box for another 1.5 minutes. So Ketsa down low, back to Ketsa. Coming around. Leaves it for Masutka in the just outside the zone. Now we have both defense for WAM in the offensive zone. And a good shot and a good reset by Wong. Tajbarsh tried to get it and had a crease violation. So Wong's going to come out there, so now they're on defense. And Tajbarsh trying to get the stick check in there.
Nice battle by Dick to try and keep possession of that ring. Little battle there, and Tajbarsh actually used to play for BC, and during the COVID years from Lower Mainland, moved to Edmonton during the COVID years, and stayed in Edmonton, set down roots, and is playing for the WAM now.
Yep. So Ketsa down to Tajbarsh, to Debaji, again a defense stepping into the offensive zone because they have a penalty. And Debaji can really whip that ring as she just showed there, and McDonald with a good save. McDonald gives the ring there. And Kemp is going to come up and make a pass over the line to Takasaki, who doesn't get it, but the beauty of it in ringette is you don't have to get it, you just have to touch it. Getting a little maybe choppy up here, these second game of the day for these teams, and they're playing into a tight game, so it's tough. WAM is getting another penalty for hook.
Like we said off the top, both these teams trying to battle out for first position here in the West. So emotions are high, but it is a really good competitive game, and now BC will have a chance to have a 3-on-2 attack for 25 seconds.
Yeah, so we saw this the other way where BC was killing the 3-on-2, but now they have the offensive 3-on-2 for that 25 seconds.
And it'll be interesting to see how WAM plays this. BC played a really aggressive 3-on-2.
Yeah, it looks like they are doing sort of an up and back or an I formation where one player is challenging the ring carrier and the other one is sort of watching that space. So we've got Bouchard over there being pressured by Masutka, makes a nice back pass to Hannison on the post, and a great pass across to Chorney, who almost gets one in. Yeah. And Chorney almost squeezed one in there.
Just tipped the post, so got the reset on the shot clock.
And a backhand misses.
And so that first penalty is expired, so we now have 3 WAM defenders in the defensive zone again.
Yeah, so BC, it's now just 3-on-3. So Bouchard has the ring and fires a shot on the ice that Greywall handles. Parody tried to get that rebound in, but Greywall was there again.
Nice little shot pass there to try and get the goalie committed and then have the rebound play.
Yeah, in a lot of scenarios, a quick surprise shot from a different angle is sometimes more effective than the hardest shot you can take from far out. So a good check there by Debaji, who's able to get the ring across to Ryan York. Ryan York just didn't quite wait long enough for that ring to cross the blue line. So that's a blue line violation against WAM, so that's going to be a BC ring in the offensive zone. Parody taking that free pass, and Shannon got a stick on that. WAM has a couple of players who are very tall and lanky and have really long reaches, so that's hard to get across them on the top. Kate Henderson here with the ring, getting the ring into the neutral zone for Fevin. Fevin isn't able to get it, but Ferry was following up on the play. Hannison tried to wait for that ring to get over the blue line, but didn't quite manage it, so it's going to be an offensive free pass for WAM.
Yeah, just not quite patient enough there, but I was able to try and get it through. WAM's going to have a nice offensive pass here to try and make something with 3 minutes and 52 seconds left in the second quarter before we go to half. Just a reminder, this is our debut on the All Women Sports Network and CBC TV, so thank you for our broadcasters and welcome to all viewers.
Yeah, this is exciting for us. We don't often get to do commentary for Ringette, so it's exciting. WAM controlling the play there. Debaji with a nice pass to find Shannon. Shannon comes in and has a great opportunity that McDonald is able to turn aside. A nice low shot. That pass, though, is picked off by Ewan, who gets it up to Crow. Didn't quite go 2 lines, so Crow was able to get it up, and Beach was able to recover it and take it. So there's 10 seconds on that shot clock. Beach needs to get a shot on net. And Bouchard has it, and Bouchard fires a shot in, and a really good save by Greywall, who had to stretch to get that as it was labeled for that low post. D-to-D pass there for Lee, back to Debaji. So there's no time limit. They can take as much time to cross lines. They can go over and back if they need to. Henderson in the neutral zone. BC doing a really good job slowing them down. There's only 5 seconds on the shot clock right now. And I couldn't quite see that violation, but it is going to be
pretty sure it was a blue line violation.
I think so. It's going to be a free pass for BC at center ice.
Yeah, really good pressure by BC there. Just forced the WAM player to go over and back on the blue line, so BC is going to have a chance here. The neutral zone pass.
It's always a big win when your forecheck kills 10 plus seconds off that shot clock. That's one of the ways you can tell of a successful forecheck. Drager pressured there and turns the ring over. Chorney has it now over to Marissa Dick. Dick is going to find Chorney again back over that blue line. So many examples of give and goes in Ringette, that 2-player weave and the give and go. And across to Ketsa. Ketsa's going to make a nice support pass over to Masutka. And again, that give and go over to Ketsa.
Nice really low pad save there by McDonald.
Great pad save by McDonald. So Arlinghouse picks up the ring, is going to leave it for Ketsa.
Good defensive
The pass
stick
intended
there.
Right back for her, but Bouchard picks it off. Bouchard's able to get the ring out to the neutral zone for Williams, who's drawn a penalty on Masutka for a trip. Just got her stick in the feet a little too much.
Yeah, little tight turn there to change directions, and the WAM player couldn't follow, so ended up getting tangled in her feet for that penalty.
One of the best ways if you want to draw penalties in Ringette is to keep your feet moving. And the best way to avoid taking a penalty is also to keep your feet moving.
Absolutely.
2 of the best things that you can have in your head is, well, I guess it's one thing. Keep your feet moving.
Keep your feet moving.
Creates
and you're
opportunities.
Probably not going to get a penalty.
Yeah. Hannison looking for that pass, that shot, and then makes the pass to Parody. Parody tries to drive across the top, but a good play by Ryan York to keep her out. Hannison now at the ring finds a pass through to Hodge. Hodge across to Parody, who just can't quite keep the handle on it. And a great play there, trying to feed the ring through to the slot to Hannison, who Greywall makes a good save. Okay. Gillespie has the ring, gonna circle around, leave the ring for Hodge, doing what we always say, the defense like to go in there. Okay, and Hannison has the ring, finds Hodge in the corner. We're about a minute left in the first half, the second quarter. Kira Hodge is going to leave the ring for Takasaki and get a line change. Again, this controlled offensive zone line change is something you'll see a lot from these experienced teams, making sure that they don't give up any advantage. Takasaki trying to get through there and get the reset, can't manage it yet. Crow gets the ring down, and Beach was able to get a good sharp angle shot off, but it got the reset and she was able to get the rebound. Beach now coming across the top, tries to get it through on Greywall, and Greywall makes a really great save. Kate Henderson up with the ring, looking for Ryan York in the neutral zone, but it's stepped in front of her from the BC defender. And Crow gets the ring deep into the zone to Rogers Horn. There's 5 seconds left in the period. You can hear, and a good shot on net. Greywall makes the save and is going to hold it till the end of the period. So one of the things you sometimes hear is that goalie tapping their stick on the ice from the other end when there's 5 seconds or less. in the period or in the shot clock. So it gives their team another reminder that the period's almost over. And as the teams file off at half, we're going to show a couple of replays, and then we are going to have an interview for you down at ice level. Don't know who it's going to be with yet, but we'll find out soon. Okay, we're going to get a look, I think, at some of these goals. So this is that opening goal again from Sydney Crow. And that great shot by Kira Hodge. That put them up 2-0, but WAM was about to come back here. So Tajbarsh down to Fevin, who makes a nice play. Shannon down to Drager in the 3-on-2 and gets a nice shot in. And some good saves here that we're going to see by McDonald. There's when McDonald came out of the net. Erica Lee. Erica Lee will be our interview from Edmonton WAM. We're just going to finish these highlights. And we are going to be joined on the ice level by Amelia, has Erica Lee with her from Edmonton WAM.
Erica, so far this game has been a really tight battle, lots of hard checking. How is your team going to turn it around in the second half to continue this tight game?
Yeah, we've always had like really competitive games against BC, so this is just another one. But I think just taking better care of the ring and getting some possession and some zone time in their zone.
How's your team feeling after the big win this morning?
It was good. It's exciting. We haven't played Rage before, so it was good to see them. They're a really good, fast, young team, so it's great for the league.
And this game is a 1-2 matchup with you guys being 1-2 in the West. How do you think this is going to turn over when Nationals comes into it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a big difference between 1 and 4 this year just with the format, but yeah, we definitely want to be as high as we can, and we definitely want to put ourselves in a good position for Nationals.
Perfect. Erica, thank you so much. Good luck for the rest of the game.
Thanks, guys.
Great job.
Awesome. So it's great to hear from Edmonton WAM. Erica Lee's been playing for that team for quite a while, so it was really nice to hear from her. She's a homegrown Edmonton native, so it's always nice to hear from people like that who's played for Edmonton Ringette Club for a long time. So the score at halftime is 2-2 between Edmonton WAM and BC Thunder.
I just assume you're doing a great job.
It's a very even game so far, and it's been very tight checking. Can't wait to see what happens in the second half.
And then, also not talk. Yeah. And at one point he was talking, and I'm like, I haven't said it.
They're just superhumans, and they come from a humble background.
That's all good. We're gonna need them again right away.
Seeing my sisters make big teams, it made me realize, even though we're from this little province.
I love the game so much.
8 seconds remaining. Snowden with a shot.
This past season, the two of them scored 97 and 96 points each. That's in 24 games.
My earliest memory of Ringette is my dad making an outdoor rink in the backyard.
Our older sisters did not go easy on us. There was no mercy in our family.
She knows what I'm capable of. I know what she's capable of.
So they've always been really close. Moncton sisters ready to take on Ringette World.
All right, in.
This is the game we came here to play, guys.
They said that if she got another concussion, she'd never be able to play Ringette again.
Oh, nice break.
I'm always scared they don't get hurt.
When we first started the Atlantic Attack, we were at the bottom of the barrel. Now we can actually compete.
People sacrifice a lot for the sport.
I am just realizing now everything that they had to go through in order for us to just play a simple game.
I love you!
It's always been about togetherness.
You said it once and you said it before that them Snowdens are not too bad Ringette players.
All very, very good players. All spend a lot of time at the rink. I know that these younger girls have spent a lot of time watching their older sisters play, and it's fun to watch them. It's a very nice
There's a lot of really cool stories in ringette. So if you were just watching that about the Snowden sisters, there's a lot of really great ringette families across the country that have a lot of ringette players on their family. And it's really fun to see that there are, you know, the sisters, the Henderson sisters playing for Edmonton WAM. I'm trying to think if there's any other siblings currently playing that I know of.
Unfortunately, the other Tajbash sister just retired this year.
Yeah. So Sammy, I think Sammy Tajbash, not playing this year, but there are a lot of sisters that have played in this league, so it's also fun. Kaylee Ryan York's older sister played at least one season. Sydney Fevins has a younger sister who played. Dalen Zimmer, who I think isn't playing this weekend, but her sister Jamie has also played as well, so it's always fun to watch.
And what's really cool now is seeing the second generation and the third generations of ringette players come in. BC has Kate Rogers-Horn. Her mom is coaching with BC this year, and her other mom, Lori Horn, was the coach of Team Canada for years.
Yeah. Yeah, Sydney Crow's aunt, two of her aunts played previously in the National Ringette League in BC. So there's a lot of second generation finally coming through here, and it's really great for the sport of ringette.
And it's evolved over the years so much. From the beginning of ringette, when you had cut-off hockey sticks, and
you're going to see it in this video.
Coaching. You're going to see it in this video right away. Dad's coaching. They had 3 different colored sticks, so if you were a certain blue stick, you could only be defense. If you were red
Forward.
stick, you could...
Blue was forwards, defense was red, and centers are white.
I don't even know my own ringette history. But
all right, let's check out this video from 1979.
Ringette is a Canadian game designed exclusively for girls. Basically, it is played on ice with a ring and a bladeless stick. It was invented in Ontario in the mid-1960s and ever since has been soaring in popularity. Today, there are between 50 and 60,000 girls in Canada who play ringette, and 350 of those gathered here in Winnipeg for the first ever Canadian Championships. 16-year-old Lisa Lowe has been playing ringette for 9 years. She is a center for a team from Ajax, Ontario. Tell me how you got started in ringette 9 years ago.
When I had to go undercover, I was supposed to say I was 8 years old, but I really wasn't, so that's how I started.
And Lisa finished this game with 1 goal and 1 assist. In the second period, Ontario outscored Manitoba 5-3 to win 8-6.
I hope it goes in the history books. I'll probably remember it for the rest of my life. I'll probably tell it to my grandchildren.
And you saw in that video just the evolution of the game. They didn't have the ringette line at that point, so the defensive zone went all the way to the blue line. The equipment has evolved, the skates have evolved, everything is so much faster, and it's great sport to now start watching.
Yeah, one of the things I noticed that I said while we were watching it was that they weren't wearing shin pads. They looked like they had volleyball knee pads on, but nothing on their shins. And I didn't even notice if they had elbow pads on, so I'm hoping they did, because that hurts to land on your elbow. The other thing you might have noticed is the cages that they have on their helmet are the square cages, which you see mostly with hockey as well. But the problem is that a ringette stick, the tip of that stick is small enough that it can fit through those. So ringette actually has triangular shaped or smaller rectangles, or you'll see some of them have the bubbles or the what's the word I'm looking for?
Visors.
The visors.
The visors.
The visors. So that's a different way of being able to see so that the stick can't get through that cage. So even when I started, we had the square. It hadn't evolved to the ringette mask yet when I started.
I had the square mask for 2 years, and then the triangles came in.
All right, and we're going to take you to a quick commercial break.
And for those of you who haven't watched Ringette yet, Ringette Canada is the national body that governs all of our Ringette players. It is a really cool Ringette sport. We're going to see another video in a couple moments here from a later time, but just seeing the evolution of this game. It's now considered a heritage sport by Sport Canada, but originally invented in 1963 in North Bay, Ontario by a man named Sam Jacks. Grew from their small town roots to over 30,000 players right now, 20 or 2,000 teams across Canada, and internationally it's played in half a dozen countries.
I think we're going to see that video now from 1985.
When Sports Weekend asked me to come and cover Ringette, I had the same question everybody else had. What is Ringette?
I don't know. Do you know what Ringette is?
I really don't know.
I guess something to do with a ball. I don't know. Hey, what do you think? Girls play it?
It's girls hockey. That's what it is.
Isn't it?
But the process of moving the ring down the ice is what makes the game of Ringette different. You know, in hockey, they have an offside where a player cannot cross the blue line before the puck. Well, in Ringette, that's out. No player in Ringette may carry the puck across any line. One of the more interesting stories at these championships is about number 2, 17-year-old Brita Lind of Saskatchewan. Through the skills obtained in Ringette, she is looking at a possible scholarship to a university.
Well, I have a chance to go to Harvard, to play hockey. The coach phoned me, said that I went first on his recruitment list. And as soon as they heard Canadian and that I once played hockey, they just think that, Wayne Gretzky or something.
One of the big problems in Ringette, we've talked to some of the officials, they'd like to speed up the game. And in order to do that, they may have to go to a shot clock. And we asked Marnie Gutfredson how much this would affect Manitoba's game.
Generally, it will affect the game of Ringette. It'll make it a much faster game. It'll change Manitoba's style, because I know our style does deal with a lot of ring ragging. I think it would be better generally for the game of Ringette. It would speed the game up, and we would just have to learn how to change our style.
Here we see Betty Shields, president of Ringette Canada, present the Jean Sauvé Cup to the Manitoba champions, the girls from Winnipeg. And as we said, 4 years, 4 times out of 5 years is not bad in any sport. Right back at it in the fall, all winding up with their national championships next year in Regina, Saskatchewan. So from Dollard, Desormeaux, back to Sports Weekend Control in Toronto.
And you can see we just started the second half, the third quarter. So that's Gustafson over to Gillespie, who couldn't quite handle it, so it's picked off by Ketsa. Ketsa puts the ring back into their own zone. Kate Henderson behind the net, being chased by Chorney. Chorney does get the ring off her stick, but Henderson is able to keep it. Henderson does steal the ring eventually. Nice cross the ice pass to Bouchard. Again, those two have played together for a long time, so there's a lot of chemistry there. Bouchard looked to see what was out there and didn't like it, so kept going.
And in the early goings of this third quarter, you're going to see really fast Ringette as the ice is fresh, so everybody's dialed in from their break, and just some nice fast ice, nice fast passes that are going to be seen in the next 5 minutes.
The ring came across there, and Williams just couldn't quite get the handle on it to get the ring in the net. Ferry breaking out up to Arlinghouse, but the ring took a funny bounce off the boards. I know we saw that in the earlier games with that fresh ice. It caused some problems. So Danny Bouchard coming in and a good play by Arlinghouse coming back. And Kemp had a shot and it went off the goalie and out of play. So it's going to be a BC ring.
I like Ferry's play there to try and convince the ref that it was supposed to be a WAM ring, but no, definitely went off the goalie there. It's going to be a BC ring in the offensive zone.
Yeah, we've got Simser taking that free pass. And again, she has 5 seconds to get the ring out of the circle, and nobody else can go in the circle until the ring leaves. Hannison is going to come around the net, one of BC Thunder's captains. Tries to get it across the top, but again, Shannon with that long reach is able to disrupt it. Simser does pick the ring up against the boards. Has to come back in. There's about 10 seconds left on that shot clock. You'll hear that goalie's stick tapping from the far end. It's McDonald letting her team know that the shot clock's running out. Hannison gets it. Got the shot on net. Greywall with a save. but WAM is getting control of it now. Shannon's breaking out of the zone. It's going to find Henderson in the neutral zone, puts it back to Shannon. Shannon's going to try to wait to see if it'll go over the blue line, and she does.
But by waiting, Parody was able to come in and get that check.
And Wong trying to win that ring, but was in a tough spot there right on the blue line. So it's hard when the player picks up the blue line with their momentum going towards it, because of course they can't keep going over it. So she tried to turn it up and got stopped. So BC has the free pass at center ice. Gustafson has the ring, passes to Gillespie. Back to Gustafson. Lots of support passes, really spreading out the ice here. And a pass into Beach. And you'll also see a lot of this following. So the way Crow is following the ring carrier, setting up. So that was Takasaki down low to Crow. They've got 8 seconds on the shot clock. Crow with the ring, gets a shot on net and a good reset. Rebounds picked up by Izzy Beach. Coming around. Crow with a nice pickup over there. Tries to get a shot away, but it's disrupted by Ryan York and goes high. Takasaki with the ring. Coming across the top. Gets the pass across to Beach, but a great defensive play there by Wong. Gillespie has the ring, leaves it for Gustafson. So that was another good example where Gillespie was running out of real estate there along by the blue line and had to get a pass away, so was able to get it to Gustafson. A penalty coming to WAM now, so BC's going to put 4 in the zone. Chorney with the ring. There's 10 seconds on that shot clock. Beach has the ring back across to Chorney. Chorney looking for Crow down low, and Crow needs to get the ring on net so that they can get a reset. They did get the reset and they maintain possession, so Crow's going to take it back out so they can set up some more. I think that's Chorney down low in the corner. Directing traffic, trying to get players to move.
Nice play to keep the ring into the defensive or the offensive zone, but WAM get possession, and so players going to go to the box, and BC is going to be on the power play.
So that looks like it's a 2-minute penalty for hooking to Sydney Feven at 9 minutes in the second half, in the third quarter. Got to get used to this 4 quarters business. Okay, Kira Hodge passes to Chorney.
And thank you to our feature hub host, the Edmonton WAM. Like I said, lots of volunteers that put this together. But our host is the Edmonton WAM for this feature hub.
So we are playing in Leduc, but it is hosted by Edmonton WAM. This is where they get their ice. Again, part of the wood tournament. Danny Bouchard cycling with the ring. Passes all the way across. Chorney had a good shot on net. Bouchard's going to come back in, try and walk right around that triangle, looking for that far corner, but misses the net. Ferry does a good job hanging on to it and getting it into the crease so that Greywall can pass it.
Good coverage by BC there. Covered all their defensive players, so there was no option. Held it on, 5-second violation, and it's going to be BC ring again.
Yeah, and that 5-second count starts once the ring goes in the crease. It doesn't start just because the goalie has the ring. So it might look like it was fast, but because the ring was in there for a couple seconds before Greywall was able to get it, it makes it go by quickly. Parody with a pass through to Simser. Picks it up in the corner. He's going to feed it through the triangle, but it's picked off. Ketsa has it. Ketsa up to Krochak. Krochak is forced away from the ring. Debaji has it. She gets a support pass back in the zone. Back into the neutral zone for Ketsa. Again, there's so many of these give and go. Krochak and Kemp going into the boards there. Krochak comes out with the ring. Tries to pass it out there for Ketsa, who does a good job getting the ring on net to get a rebound. McDonald did a good job keeping track of that play as it developed quickly. Ketsa down low. Debaji had a quick shot on net. It's hard to tell if she fanned on that or just didn't get all she wanted on it, but McDonald was there. BC breaking out of their zone. This is Kemp. Support pass over to Marissa Dick, one of many Calgary area players on that team. And the ring bounces around a bit, and Ketz is going to come away with it for WAM. And a support pass back that nobody was quite there. So Takasaki made a great spin move, but Greywall was there with a big save. It's a big save for Greywall.
Nice little give and go from Hodge there back to Beach.
Yeah, and a good stick by Annie DeBaji on the corner there to prevent that cross crease. Kira Hodge with the ring, down low to Beach. Beach looking to get it back to Hodge, but instead makes that pass down to Takasaki on the corner. And another good shot and a save, and Beach is going to pick up the ring, and BC is making a line change. And good defense, good standing tall on the line there. BC coming around Bouchard with speed across the top. Finds Williams on the corner, and Greywall must have gotten a piece of that because they got a reset. Chorney to Bouchard, through the legs to Williams, who's going to come across the top. And Edmonton is going to get a penalty there.
Nice foot speed by BC here to draw that penalty. They're doing a great job of driving that triangle when they can, making that pass when they can. I think a couple more connections, especially on that low post. We'll see a goal right away if they can connect that low post pass that they've been trying.
Absolutely. So that is Shannon to the box, 2 minutes. And Chorney has the ring, passes it down low to, I think that's Crow. Taking some time there, trying to drive across the top. Ryan York doing a good job. Crow tried to get it back. Now Gillespie, the ring just was still inside, but the forward Crow came out of the zone, so then Gillespie was able to jump in there. Gillespie tries to feed it back to Chorney, but the timing was just a little off, so Ryan York comes out with it, passes it up to Tajbarsh. Tried to hit Ryan York back, but it wasn't there anymore. So BC is going to come through the neutral zone. It's Bouchard finding Chorney on the far side. Chorney's going to give it to Crow behind the net as they get another one of these offensive zone line changes. Ooh, and a back pass that I think was meant for Hannison or Parody on the corner, but it goes on net, and Greywall had to be pretty quick to make sure that didn't go. And a steal, Hannison with a good shot, and Greywall another good save. So that was a good steal by Parody there to feed Hannison, and a great save by Greywall.
Yeah, and I think Greywall played it right there. Team was a little unorganized. BC really was able to put the pressure on to create a couple of turnovers, and so she just chose to head onto the ring for that 5 seconds, get the whistle, get a fresh set of legs out so they can defend stronger in this next play.
Yeah, I thought also at first she might not have been exactly sure where the ring was. Hard to know. Better safe than sorry.
Always better safe than sorry.
All right. And the last thing you want to do is move and the ring falls out of your equipment into the net, right? Oh, and a nice one-timer from a bit far out and a bit of an angle for Hannison, but still a tough save for Greywall coming all the way across. All right, Kate Henderson coming out of the zone. She's a beautiful skater and looking for that give and go. And now we have 2 defense deep in the zone to forecheck. 16 seconds left in the penalty for Edmonton WAM. Drager is going to take a bit of time. Oh, I apologize, that's Fevin. Now Drager has the ring. Drager trying another one of those low shots. Got a reset, and the penalty's out. Shannon's out of the box. Ring goes across to Ketza. Ketza takes a good shot, but McDonald's there. And a quick pass up to Marissa Dick, who is going to look for Takasaki on the far side, and the ring is just bouncing around.
Yeah, flip pass that wasn't so successful there. Nice step up from Beach there to disrupt the play. Oh, but then a nice little check.
Oh, Ketz is coming in on a 1-on-0. Oh,
and what
an amazing save
from
by
McDonald.
There's a crease violation for Edmonton, so it's going to be a goalie ring. But what a save. We're going to see that again.
Ketz is coming in, strong drive, and then just reflex stick save to cover that far side as she keeps the ring out.
I don't think Ketz could believe it. All right, coming back out of the zone here We have Rogers Horn does a good job breaking through that zone defense. Takasaki got a touch and then Beach was able to come get it. There's 8 seconds on that shot clock.
Nice quick shot from Crow.
Nice quick shot and a good job and a reset, and they pick up their rebound. Crow comes across, engages with Drager, and then good sticks by both Drager and Lee in the corner there to stop Beach. Greywall's pass didn't quite go where we wanted it, but Lee is out with the ring now. Nice pass over that line to Debaji. Debaji, looking deep for Crowchak, but it is picked off by Ewan. Up to Crow. Crow's going to wait. Bouchard's going to come in with a lot of speed. And a really nice quick shot attempt there, trying to maybe catch Greywall off guard.
Yeah, that high corner backhand just missed the net there.
Yeah, shooting while you're in full stride is a really tough play for a goaltender to make because they're obviously moving too, and it's hard to get set and read the play. Battle for the ring there that WAM is going to come away with that as a goalie ring, so Greywall is going to make that play.
WAM's doing
going to
a
make
really
the
nice job.
Unusual underhand throw.
WAM's doing a really nice job in that area just outside of the ringette zone, out of their defensive zone, of putting pressure on BC, not giving them a lot of space if they step outside of their offensive zone to make a play.
Yeah, and BC there did a really good job 2-on against Tori Shannon. Couldn't get the ring moving, and now they've got the ring back. So it's Bouchard and Chorney out there with Williams. Again, these players slowing the play down is just to read the play and make sure that they're giving themselves time to get that speed advantage. So Bouchard leaves it for Chorney. Chorney's looking for Bouchard again in the slot. Can't quite handle it. 5 on the shot clock. Comes around, good shot. Good save by Greywall. Wong gets it, makes a support pass around the boards to Masutka, who gets it up to Shannon. Shannon's gonna turn it around. Shannon gets taken down, so there's gonna be a penalty against BC, which is an automatic reset for the shot clock. Wong gets the pass across to Lauren Henderson, who's looking for Crowchak deep in the zone. So WAM's gonna set up with 4 in.
Nice little check there to disrupt the play.
And down low, they got another reset, so that will help them. Henderson across to Shannon. So they've got their 4-player set up. They did pull their goalie, so they do have the additional player on the line. It's not something you have to do. And a good hard shot from Ryan York. And you'll notice that the play got whistled down there, even though BC didn't get a stick in the ring, but Bouchard did direct it purposely into the corner with her stick. So it still counts as control of the ring, which is enough to get that whistle.
Yeah, this third quarter has flown by. We're only 52 seconds left in this third quarter. I think other than a couple of penalties, the whistles have gone away.
Yeah, and that is a 2-minute penalty to Molly Chorney for tripping. So Tajbarsh has the ring here, skating around. 20 seconds on that shot clock. Trying to find Ryan York on the post. And they still have the ring. It's Fevin with the ring, looking for Tajbarsh low. 6 seconds on that shot clock. Ryan York has it. She's going to try and get the ring through. She does, and they keep control. Oh, they had control of it, and Ryan York gets it back again. And I think we're going to see an interference call against Tajbarsh.
We are. There was some really good skating battles, but then a little too stick heavy from Tajbarsh. We're going to get BC with 4-on-4 play. 16 seconds left in the period. Still tied 2-2.
Yeah, so all that happened there was a bit of an unintentional, I think, but a moving pick where Tajbarsh got in the way of the defender trying to get the check in. So whether it's intentional or sort of incidental, she still interfered with that player, which is why she's in the box for 2 minutes. So again, 10 seconds left in the period. Takasaki taking some time, probably looking to set up one play. You've got Kemp in front of the net, and WAM does a good job slowing them down. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. And I think we have some highlight reel goalie saves coming up because this has been a tight playing game. So let's see how those goalies are doing. You're going to see a save by Greywall where it puts it over the net. Takasaki looking to come in. And again, oh, that was a great defensive play. Probably did save a goal. Takasaki coming in, trying to make that spin move and get more defense. And tricky one coming in there to Greywall, but she's able to handle it. Fevin to Drager. Drager's going to whip that one low. She scored a couple goals. And this just incredible save by McDonald, who's able to come back across and somehow get the stick on that after a really great move by Ketsa.
Yeah, some really strong defensive plays in this third quarter, but I think the goalies have been the star of the show.
They've done a great job
when it comes to keeping this game at 2-2 going into our fourth and final quarter.
Considering I think most of the goals were scored in that first quarter, was one in the second quarter?
Yes.
Anyway, we haven't had a few goals for a while, so after that first quarter, I thought we were maybe going to be in for a higher scoring game, but it's settled down a lot.
All right, both teams ready to go. Their coaches have had a minute to chat with them to give them some final words of wisdom before we get back into this excellent game.
Yeah, this has been a really, really great game. Both teams have been playing really hard. It's been very physical. So ringette is considered a non-contact sport, but if you've ever played basketball or soccer or lacrosse, those are also considered non-contact sports. There's a lot of contact. It's just you're not allowed to full out body check someone. All right, starting that fourth quarter. And if the game is still tied at the end of regulation, there is no overtime in regular season games. It would go straight to a shootout. When they go to nationals and play, then there would be overtime before a shootout. So quick break up the ice. Hodge has the ring in the offensive zone. Bouchard has the ring now. Back to Hodge. Hodge makes a good move coming in. Didn't like what they saw. Rogers Horn is in there too, and a good save by Greywall and a good backhand. I don't think she quite trusts where the ring is, so she's just gonna let the 5 count. Oh, I think it fell all the way down into her pad.
One of those moments where, as the goalie, you know where the ring is, but you do not want to move, because if you move, it could fall and bounce the wrong way. So good call by Greywall there to keep it out of the net, get that whistle, and set up play from there.
Find the ring after the whistle, not before. Crow has the ring coming around behind the net. So each team still does have a penalty. So it's 4-on-4, so you do have a defender in the offensive zone right now, and that was Gillespie in this case. So Crow coming around over to Gillespie, who's looking for Takasaki on the far side, and if she could have connected, that would have been a nice play. Shot clock's running out. They do get the ring on to Greywall, who gets it out of the crease very quickly. Greywall is moving the ring really quickly. Wong has the pass, gets it up to Arlinghouse. And taken over by Masuka, but Takasaki was there and is able to get the ring. Now Masuka touched it on one side, so that's why she was waiting and didn't touch it right away.
Really good pressure there by BC to get a turnover.
Yeah, so we talk about sometimes the boards acting as another defender. Well, that blue line also acts almost like a defender, because if you get too close to it, it cages you in on one side. So it's good play by the defending team. Here there's 7 seconds left on that clock. That was Hannison. Over to Parody, who needs to get the shot on net, and it's blocked by Drager. And a good job getting that ring up quickly. Ketsa has it along the boards, finds Kate Henderson over the line. Both penalties are out, so we're back to 5-on-5. Kate Henderson over to Lauren Henderson. And Ketsa with a great quick shot and a good save by McDonald. That's Kemp coming out of the zone over to Marissa Dick. And back over to Kemp. Another good, all these examples of give and go. Kemp is going to find Simser just over the ringette line. Simser just fanned on that shot. I think some good defense. And good defense by WAM. Wins that move it or lose it. Greywall is going to leave it for Ketsa. Henderson is going to get it.
Now you notice there Henderson was tucking her arm there. In ringette, if you push your arm out to try and keep the defender away, that is an interference penalty. So really good effort, strong on her stick, strong on her skates, but tucks that other arm so that she's not getting called for an interference penalty.
Yeah, so that's when you take one hand off your stick when you have the ring, you can't use it to box out. So she did a good job keeping that wing in. BC has the ring right now. That's Chorney with the ring on her stick, coming around, trying to beat Debaji on the corner. Does it, but isn't able to get a full shot out. And that ring, I believe, was touched by Lee while it was still in the crease, so it's going to be BC ring.
Good couple of fakes around the defenders for Chorney to make that space on the low post. Just couldn't capitalize on that pass or shot. Not sure what she was trying to accomplish on that last play.
Yeah, those are a couple of veteran NRL players there, Chorney against Debaji, so it was a good battle. Michaela Williams coming across. Bouchard is going to leave it between her legs. Chorney's shot is high. Bouchard picks it up with 15 on the shot clock. Bouchard looking to cut in, but Lee won't let her. Bouchard back up top to Chorney. Chorney gets the shot off, and Greywall made a really nice glove save. The ring is recovered by BC. Bouchard is going to get it again. It was Williams who did that good stick check in the zone there, and Chorney, I think, was trying to get it across to Williams.
Trying to get that backdoor pass and just couldn't. Oh, and the whistle had blown, but a nice little between the legs attempt by Chorney. Hit the post.
She actually scored one that way this morning in their game against Rush. She scored one exactly like that. So great effort and a good job by the defense to stay with her. This is Debaji out to the neutral zone to Shannon. Shannon looks for a support pass, doesn't find it, and finds Fevin over the blue line. Gillespie defending, pushing out, and Fevin's got 8 seconds on the shot clock. Waiting to see if she can get a shot through. Shannon has it, and a good screen by Tajbarsh in front, but McDonald wasn't falling for it and makes the save. Gustafson with the ring back to Gillespie. Got to be careful once Gillespie gets those wheels going. She's fast, and she is going to get the ring over that zone, but is going to elect to play it safe and keep possession rather than go for the big score. And then she's going to go on a line change. Takasaki has the ring at the top of the triangle, and WAM is going to get a penalty here. And WAM is getting a penalty. Tori Shannon, 2 minutes for body.
If you're enjoying this game, our next feature hub is January 10 and 11th, 2026 in Burlington, Ontario. So you're going to see some of the East Division teams in action. That one's hosted by the Cambridge Turbos.
All right. Michaela Williams with the ring. And back across. Bouchard has it just at the top of the zone there. There's just under 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter of this game. It's still a 2-2 tie. You've got Edmonton WAM in blue and BC Thunder in white. Chorney with a big shot that does get a piece of the net, so that is a reset. Bouchard is able to recover that ring. You see Chorney often when she's skating through traffic, just moves her stick a little bit and the ring comes up on the stick. If you watch for that again, you'll see that she does that so that it's harder to check her. So even if they make contact with her stick, the ring doesn't necessarily come off of it because it's not right along the ice.
Yeah, and a little miscommunication there. Chorney had skated out of the zone to get some speed. The defender stepped in, and then Chorney didn't see her and stepped on in. So 4 in the zone call. WAM is going to get the play at center ice. Not a penalty, just 4 in the zone infraction.
Yeah, it's hard to count with your gloves on. Annie Debaji finds Erica Lee. Lee tries to feed the ring through, but it goes off Hanneson's skates. Simser coming in looking for the big shot, but it just went off Debaji in front. It's picked up by Parody. Parody looking for that low post pass, but again, it's disrupted by Debaji. Coming up the ice, Ryan York to Debaji. It was just enough that it went off of her so that she can pick it up again, or went off a teammate so she can pick it up again. Debaji leaves the ring for Henderson. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. There's still 40 seconds left in the penalty to Tori Shannon. Drager coming through, trying to get a good play through, but it is blocked, or it did touch the net. They did get a reset there. So Drager's going to slow it down, wait for reinforcements here. Oh, going through the front of the net, trying to get to that ring. And I think that is going to be a WAM ring, Edmonton WAM ring, because I believe the BC player was on top of the ring.
Yeah. Yeah, just a little plays choppy, it slowed down. There's a player on top of the ring. It can't be played, and so WAM will get the ring in the offensive zone.
Drager takes a shot off the free pass, and McDonald handles it. Again, that shot was meant to be low, which you'll see a lot from these experienced veteran players. They know that trying to hit those top corners often misses, where you need to focus on hitting the net to get rebounds, and you never know what can happen. Oh, that pass from Bouchard to Ewan was a really great idea, but not quite enough juice on it. Led to a turnover.
And Drager uses that long reach to disrupt that pass, get the turnover. Nice drive in, but once again, an excellent save from McDonald to keep this game tied at 2-2.
Absolutely. I mean, Drager coming in alone is a very dangerous offensive threat. So she did draw a penalty on that play, so there's a 2-minute penalty to Ewan.
WAM will have 5-on-4 for the next 2 minutes here.
Arlinghouse with the ring. Arlinghouse is one of 2 rookies on this team. First-year players in the NRL, just up from U19, along with Wong. Ketsa steps in there to get the ring, but gets a little bit too much of the player. So there's a delayed penalty coming to WAM and Ketsa. A good play there by Gustafson to wait for the ring to cross that blue line. You'll notice maybe that especially around the benches, the ice is slowing down. There's a lot of snow out there. So we really got to put some oomph on the passes. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Bouchard across to Chorney. Chorney feeding it through. Oh, and a great try by Gillespie, a defense who ended up in the offensive zone for that 4-on-3. And, defense not always used to finding themselves on that low post. So not a bad play, just, everybody's missing those passes, so.
I said it in the third quarter, if BC can connect on some of these low post passes that they've been attempting, they're going to put one in here. The ice is there, the opening is there. It's just a matter of the execution now.
It does feel like BC is doing a better job overall of creating scoring chances.
I would
agree. The play's been
that.
pretty even, but it feels like the more dangerous chances have gone to BC, and they're just not quite finishing on the end of them. So in the offensive zone, we have Dick with the ring, gets it over to Parody. Parody tries to line up that big whip shot, can't quite get it. Shannon gets the ring out of the zone, but BC does recover it, and it's going to be Hannison over to Kemp. So it is 4-on-4 right now. There's still 37 seconds left in the first penalty to BC, I think. Takasaki gets the ring, trying to find an opening, but is shut down by Masuka. Across to Crow coming in. There's 8 seconds on the shot clock. Crow is able to get that ring on net, and it's a nice shot that gets a rebound out to Takasaki. So fresh clock. And that first penalty is out in 9 seconds. Crow trying to feed the ring through, but it's picked off, and Masuka fights for that ring, comes away with it, and is going to try and break out of the zone. We saw Ferry there cut back for that support pass that wasn't needed. Pressure in the neutral zone, so Shannon is out of the box. Look at the Shannon in the box.
Nice patience there to get the ring over the blue line.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of those. And a good quick shot by Crow, handled by Greywall.
WAM breaking out of their own zone now, trying to get it across the blue line. But again, BC, lots of forechecking pressure. Nice force of the turnover there.
Yeah, Rogers Horn picks it up, and I lied. It was the BC penalty that came out first. So Ketsa, I think, is still in the box. So it's 5-on-4. So that's why you could hear BC calling for 2-on. But that penalty's up now, so they are 5-on-5. But Edmonton's going right back to the penalty box. I believe Erica Lee is getting a body penalty. A little too much force there at the triangle.
Interesting little change of strategy here. BC's been going for that low pass play. And the last couple of offensive opportunities, WAM has disrupted them. So the last 2 plays, BC has had good possession. They've tried to go for the drive play. So I think they're trying to switch it up, see if they can confuse WAM a little bit to get a different play and a look going for their goalie.
Yeah, and that's what you've got to do. And they've been close, but it just hasn't been connecting, so you got to try something else. So Chorney's coming out, fakes the drop pass, but then makes the drop pass between her legs to Williams. Williams does a back pass across the top, but nobody was there. Back to Williams, 10 seconds on that shot clock. Williams is going to try and break through the triangle. And it's going to be a goalie ring. I believe there was a crease violation, but that was good defense to close that space by Ferry and Drager working together.
Good, strong body positions.
Yeah.
No penalty called. No force put on it. Just shut the door in that gap that she was trying to open up.
And that ring took a weird bounce off the boards over there, and Gillespie had a heck of a time trying to sort it out. We've got Bouchard coming in. Is going to find Gillespie jumping into the zone. I'm going to let BC get a bit of a line change in, kill some time. Gillespie still has the ring, waiting for somebody to come and take it for her. That defense drop. Bouchard will do the honors, comes around the net. Bouchard centers it, looking for Chorney, can't quite get there. Kate Henderson is away with the ring.
Chorney going for that one-handed stick check, which can get really dangerous, but if you have good, strong control, then you might be able to get it done.
Yeah. So good play in the neutral zone, good coverage, and WAM is able to get the ring back. So we are just under 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter of a tie game. BC Thunder in white and Edmonton WAM in blue, and it's 2-2. There's 48 seconds left in a penalty to Edmonton. So look for BC to go 2 on here. Jamie Ferry has the ring, makes a good quick pass into the zone, but
nice step up by Hannison.
In the snow there, slowed down, and Hannison did a good job getting there. Hannison is going to beat Ferry to the ring in the corner, a good lead pass. You saw her pointing for it and trying to get her teammate to make that play. Hannison across. Hodge has the ring. Parody has the ring, gets a quick shot off. That must have hit the net, got a reset. Ferry has the ring, chased by Parody, and that's going to be a penalty to BC. Just stepped into her a little too much.
Yeah. No attempt to avoid the contact when there was a step on.
When Shannon made a move, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so we're 4 on 4 for 12 seconds, and then WAM's actually going to have an advantage for the last little bit there.
Minute 10 seconds.
Good math, thanks. Look, we're commentating sports. We're not here for our math skills.
Absolutely not.
All right, Debaji to Drager. So probably look for Debaji to come out of the zone once they get another forward on the ice when the penalty's over. So penalty to Lee is over. She's heading to the bench. They're getting that other forward out there. Drager has the ring, trying to make that cross-crease pass to Ketza, but it's picked off by McDonald. Drager's getting in the way of the goalie, but McDonald gets the ring to Kemp. Kemp comes out. A little bit of confusion. I didn't see a penalty call, so it must have been a blue line violation against BC.
I think it might have been a little bit of a move it or lose it.
Okay. I was distracted.
Kind of nobody had possession, but there were bodies right over top of the ring. Good battle.
Yeah, if the ring doesn't move for a while, the referees will often call it so that more people don't come in and create more chaos. So Shannon with that free pass, and we are under a minute left in the fourth quarter of a tie game. Drager's going to come around. Ketza maybe looking to set a pick. And the pick didn't work, but Ketza was open, finds Shannon low post. Back centered for Ketza. Couldn't quite get the handle, a good step. Oh, Gillespie had it, but she's checked. Drager came in and had a good shot on net. I think maybe even trying to get a rebound across to Ketza. 20 seconds left. Again, tie game. Ketza to Drager. Drager taking time on the post. Ketza coming across. Oh,
excellent save by
and
McDonald.
And a great save by McDonald. That was a really great play by Edmonton, trying to make sure they have it. We have a 4-in call against BC here with 8.8 seconds left. Yeah. And BC does still have a player in the box.
Once again, you're going to see the ref not call the penalty. The 4-in there, mostly little pressure on the backside of Chorney, so she couldn't play the ring in a legal way. WAM ring's going to be in the offensive zone. 8 seconds left.
And the 4-in penalty is only if you're the defensive team. So in that case, because BC was trying to get the ring, it would only ever be a violation. So we have a timeout here. Timeout called by Edmonton WAM. So 8.8 seconds left on a tie game. Again, this is for first in the standings. WAM is 7-0, BC is 6-1.
And I think both benches are happy to rest these players. WAM put out a really offensive line there.
Yeah, they did.
3 players with a lot of reach, lots of ability to move that ring. And BC's very happy to get their defensively minded players a little breather to finish off this very close and exciting ringette game.
Yeah, so these teams, if it does go into overtime, each team will get a point, and then whoever wins in the shootout will get the extra point. If somebody wins it here in the last 8.8 seconds, it would be 3 points for the winner and none for the losing team. So it's going to be tight to the finish. Okay, and the free pass here. And there's no goalie right now for WAM, so they're going to go 4 in for these last 8.8 seconds. So Shannon down to Drager, who can't quite handle it. They're going to have to get a shot away in 4 seconds, and they can't quite manage it.
Okay.
So we are going to a shootout.
So
now I have to look up the shootout rules. I think it's 3 and 3, or is it 5 and 5? It's not in your printouts?
The shootout rules are not in my printouts. No, I just know we go direct to shootout.
Yeah.
But what an incredible game by both these teams. That second half, both those third and fourth quarters, showcase in ringette defensive strategy. Everything from WAM being able to step up and cut off those driving lanes that BC was trying to find, some brilliant saves and goaltending to keep this game at 2-2. And once everybody gets a bit of a breather, I see that the referees are talking to the coaches and players so that they know the rules. The coaches need to make their selections here. You see the BC players, they're all on the bench. They're pretty confident about their goalie and her ability to rock the shootout. They know who their shooters are going to be. They're confident. And then on the WAM side, you see the WAM coaches conferring, picking the best shooters, and they're really confident in their goalie as well.
I still don't see where we were provided with an outline of the shootout rules. So we're going to go with the flow here. I think it's going to be 3 and 3. If you watch a lot of NHL, you'll be familiar with the concept. So each team gets 3 shooters. And if somebody wins at the end of those 3 each, then it's over. And if not, then it goes to a 1-on-1. So we've got Lauren Henderson as the first shooter for Edmonton.
And this is the only time in ringette you will see somebody skate over the blue line.
With the ring.
With the ring.
And it not get whistled down. Because they do it. You're just not supposed to. The other thing that's worth noting here is some of the amazing plays that these players can make with the ring on a breakaway. They're not allowed to do all of those same moves on a penalty shot. So the ring has to keep a forward motion. So those back passes that they sometimes do are not legal in a shootout because it would mean the ring moves backwards. I hope I'm not wrong. And a great move by Henderson. That's a tough goalie to beat, and what a move by Henderson.
I think there were about
really selling that.
I think there were about 4 dekes there. Forehand, backhand, forehand, backhand.
We're going to see that again. So, and just really sold that fake to the backhand. And what a move. I mean, they can all shoot like that. I don't know what McDonald's supposed to do. All right, Sydney Crow coming in on Greywall. Makes a great move, but a good save, an even better save by Greywall.
Good patience by Greywall there. Sydney Crow had the moves, she had the time, but Greywall just outweighted her, got her blocker on there. Lost sight of the ring, but doesn't matter, doesn't go in the net.
No rebounds in a shootout. Second shooter for WAM is Ketsa. Ketsa's going to come in on her national team and makes a great shot. Again, looked kind of similar to the goal that Drager scored earlier, where coming across, but she instead goes to her backhand.
Yeah.
So again, sold that fake. So here, if we get a save from Greywall, I believe the game is over.
Yeah, really quick forehand, backhand from Ketsa. So we have Takasaki coming in. Quick deke there. Oh, outweights her and gets the glove side goal on Greywall. We're going to see that again. Just a nice drive, quick moves, get that goalie moving, patience, and shot above her. No chance once that goalie commits. We have Shannon coming in for the third shot for WAM. Takes it wide, skates into the zone, and McDonald with the big blocker save. Took that ring out wide, but McDonald had her the whole way through and was able to get a nice blocker on it. Yeah, we see she came out wide, but McDonald, patient, didn't overcommit, and she had the save. Chorney now with her shot coming in, skating in. Big deke again, but a huge glove save by Greywall. So with that save, WAM's going to win the game 3-2. And Chorney just outweights her, but Greywall just with that big reach on the glove side and makes that save. So in the shootout, we have WAM victorious over the BC Thunder. Final score is 3-2. So WAM is going to keep their standings, their first place standing in the West Division, and BC is still going to be second place. Thank you everybody for tuning in. For those new viewers this weekend that were watching on the All Women Sports Network and CBC Sports, this was an absolute masterclass of a ringette game. You saw great execution from both teams. You guys saw the speed and added excitement. You got to see a shootout to decide who was the winner. And just some incredible highlights. Great save from Greywall. Again, huge move to get McDonald moving. And then this last save by Greywall. And I see that we have the winning goalie, Greywall, down at ice for a interview with Bronwyn.
Awesome. So I'm down here on ice level with Ange Greywall from Edmonton WAM, winning goaltender with a huge save. What did that feel like at the end of the game?
It felt great. I thought our team was pretty patient, keeping just us in the game, and that save at the end was great. It's hard to do a shootout as a goaltender, but just keeping that patience, I think, helped me make that last save.
Yeah, I thought she maybe had you beat, and you came up with that ring, so that's awesome. What does it mean for you to play at home in front of your family? I know your daughter is about a year old.
She's 18 months old. Yeah, she's 18 months old. It's great just having all of our home fans. We spend so much time at the rink doing this, so it's really nice to just put our effort out there and have our families here to watch.
Awesome. Well, that was such an exciting game to watch. Congratulations on the win and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Bronwyn, for that interview, and thank you, Ange. It's incredible that with Ringette you have families, friends, daughters watching. Just a couple highlights here. Just a few great saves from Sarah McDonald to keep the game close. There again, there's BC trying to connect, and if they had connected on some of those passes, they would have had the game. And thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. Canada Around the World on All Women Sports Network and CBC Sports.